Hi, I'm Gail. Today I'm going to talk about cloud computing. First, I'm going to introduce the definition of cloud computing. Cloud computing is a model for enabling ubiquitous network access to a shared pool of configurable computing resource. It is the practice of using a network of remote servers hosted on the Internet to store, manage, and process data rather than a local service or personal computer. Next, I'm going to talk about four main points of cloud computing. First, the use of cloud computing. In this part, I will tell two benefits of cloud computing. The second one, the characteristic of cloud computing. In this part, I will explain the advantage of cloud computing. First, the examples of cloud computing, and then for the future use of cloud computing. As cloud computing develops, it will apply in a lot of fields in the future. Let's talk about the use of the cloud computing. The advent of cloud computing lets people save a lot of time on computing. It helps companies and people to compute or save the complex data that cannot be computed by people. Cloud computing is like distributed calculating, which can separate computing into several parts through Internet, and then it can be computed by using different computer servers. By using cloud computing, people can compute millions of information in several seconds. Next, I'm going to talk about several characteristics of cloud computing. The first one is agility. It improves with users' ability to reprovision technology infrastructural resource. The second characteristic is multi-tenancy. Multi-tenancy enables sharing of resource and cost across a large pool of users, thus allowing for centralization, peak load capacity increase, and utilization and efficiency. The first characteristic is reliability. It improves with the use of multiple redundant sites, which make well-designed cloud computing suitable for business continuity and disaster recovery. The fourth characteristic is security. Security of cloud computing can be improved because of centralization of data. And then the fifth characteristic is device and location independence. Next, I'm going to talk about the examples of cloud computing. As the email becomes the most famous part, email needs to be faster and more reliable. Cloud computing enables web clients to use cloud storage and give you the opportunities to check your emails from any place in the world. All big technology corporations use cloud computing to make their email messaging service more reliable. Qihoo 350 is another example. Qihoo 350 Technology Company is a computer security product in China which is used to protect computer and mobile phone. Qihoo 350 can help Internet users to figure out a lot of issues. The first example is Oppo phone. Oppo phone is famous in China because even people lose their phones, they can still easily find the data in the phone by using cloud computing. The fourth example is FunPlus game. The FunPlus development team used cloud computing to program a custom auto-scaling process optimized for their game environment. This process can automatically scale to thousands of production servers during busy periods. The fifth example is iQIYI. iQIYI is a video website that contains a lot of video in China. It is necessary for IT to use cloud computing for managing millions of videos. Next, I'm going to talk about the future use of cloud computing. Cloud computing can be used in education. By using cloud computing, teachers can teach students in internet. Not only teachers can also communicating and entertaining with students. It is possible that students can learn in home and then learn the knowledge in internet. Teachers can also upload the videos which teach knowledge in internet. Also, enterprises that will increasingly rely on cloud computing to develop, market and sell products, manage supply chains, and more. There will be more market convergence around Google, AWS, and Microsoft. Overall, in the last minutes, we talk about the 4 parts. The use of cloud computing, the characteristic of cloud computing, the examples of cloud computing, and the future use of cloud computing. In conclusion, it can be used in many fields such as education and business. It helps people manage a lot of information without wasting time to calculate. Many examples such as email and IT video website are both benefited from the developments of cloud computing.